Good morning. Let's take a look at yesterday's green screens. At last, a collector's item, a favourite performing in European club competition, not just performing, like AEK Athens ending up with 1-1 at 1.11 favourites, 1.02 into Milan winning 2-1. Market getting some of these sides woefully wrong. Rayo Vallecano, they got spot on. 0-1 down, 0-2 down, I think it was. Pushed on, and off we go. 3-2 the win. That's more like it. Took a while to get a green screen of any great import in this European interlude, but well done, Rayo Vallecano. Shelburne and Dritter, I went half liability here because it's Europe, but Dritter turned up against 10 men, got the goal, and you got the really big swing in the odds. That's the kind of liability I like. Had to lay Genk late on with Braga, really going for it. 3-4 down, really going for that 4-4. That's the kind of liability I can deal with. And a similar story with Nice and Freiburg. Well worth laying Freiburg late on with Nice going for it. With home advantage again. Utrecht and Porto, a little lay of the draw. I don't like laying at these odds. You can see the risk reward drops markedly and the liability increases. So it's a big liability risk, and you could have got a little bit more with the lower lay the draw odds in this particular match. But Porto trying to take advantage of Utrecht's red card, just as Dritter did against Shelburne, but 'twas not to be. One of those I should have laid a lot lower odds to keep the liability low. And again, the AEK Athens, you're calling it right, but keep picking up these liability losses on the draw with these strong favourites. So Europe has been awful for these very short price favourites, and this was a terrible performance from AEK Athens. I dare not say the word fix, but the amount of shots they had is just absolutely ridiculous. We're heading 20-30 shots off target, for goodness sake. Shamrock Rovers are not all that. They're not European masters. They took a penalty to get the 1-1. Absolutely awful display. And that's liability that keeps adding up when you get these 1-1s with a late equaliser. You can cover it by actually laying Shamrock Rovers with half stake, not as liability. So that will cover a 0.00 on the draw, but increase your liability on Shamrock Rovers. So the story really, for those of you wanting to take on underdogs leading against these short price favourites in these competitions, they don't look very reliable at all. This was a 1-1. Again, a late equaliser. It's a story of these plays, is a late equaliser. So that was about it yesterday. Let's have a look at today's trading angles. First match of interest where I'd to be playing this Friday probably be Odense and Strasbourg with a keen eye on a neutral goals play here. Tends to be a good league for goals, this one. Watford against Bristol City. Let's have a look. 2.05 for Watford. Well, if Watford lose, they tend to only lose 1-0. 4 out of their 5 defeats have been 1-0. Is that an angle if Bristol City score first? Only one clean sheet for Watford as well. So they're going to have to be on their guard today, particularly with their tendency to lose only 1-0. So watch out for that. Newly promoted Paris FC have failed to score only once. Their matches at home are averaging about 4 goals. That fits in with the Rennes, who love the Desmond Tutu. So we might see over 3.5 goals in here today. 5 draws in the last 7 for Rennes, 4 of which were 2-2. So you can see their malaise. The manager must be pulling his hair out if he's got as much hair as Arnie Slot. You're not losing, but you're not gaining 3 points for all of your unbeaten efforts. So Rennes are going to have to be on their guard today against the Paris FC, who've only failed to score once, and their home matches are chock full of 4+ goals, which gives both teams a chance at scoring as well. What's next on the card? Werder Bremen against the Wolf. 5 losses in 6 matches for Wolfsburg is something to be alarmed with. Yet another side in Werder Bremen picking up 1-0 wins, which is most unlike Werder Bremen. They must have got a bang on the head or something. Normally we see goals before half-time and the opportunity for both teams to score. But they're winning 1-0 Werder Bremen, so that might not be part of the picture today. Wolfsburg are in all sorts of bother, but the market's not letting them go. They are in with a shout today. That's what that's telling me. Bundesliga, right? Any of the big boys out? Not really. It's a very tough to call market there today, isn't it? 2.5, the favourite. Pisa and Cremonese. This has almost got a derby-style element about it. 2 newly promoted sides will be looking to take 3 points off each other. That's normally how I tend to play these newly promoted derby-style matches, looking to take that draw on late on. No win for Pisa. 3 consecutive 0-0s at home. Lay over 0.5 goals at the start of the match, just in case. Cremonese have more of a goal threat. They've got Jamie Vardy up front. He's been joining in with a goal or 2 here and there, enjoying his Italian sojourn. But they are not very good travellers. 4 defeats in 5 away for Telstar. Over 2.5 goals, if you fancy it, in the Eredivisie. In the Eredivisie, tends to be the usual route in there. La Liga in Portugal, let's have a look. None of the big boys playing there. 3 defeats all season for Elche, but they've come within the last few matches. So a sudden dip in form. Compare that to Real Sociedad. Only 3 wins for Real Sociedad all season, but have come within the last 4 home matches. So suddenly hitting a bit of form, albeit not away, suddenly hitting a bit of a bump. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, 2.7 the favourite. The markets just said, we haven't got a clue, mate. Sorry about that. I'm going to grab my coat and go for a pint. Will XG provide us with any angles in this evening? Let's have a look. First thing I do in these reports is to look for the Achilles heel, and you tend to see it with Watford. The positives and the Achilles heels. The positive, a tight ship at the back for Watford. Expected goals in defence of 1.09, just limping over that 1.00. So they're keeping their side's chances down of scoring, but Bristol City's offence is pretty solid at 1.55 XG again. They are going to be pressuring that Watford defence today, aren't they? Congruity between Watford's expected goals in offence and Bristol City's expected goals in defence suggests that will be Watford's capability today. A single goal conjured up from somewhere, but slight problem scoring the second. Let's just have a look at what AI says about the predicted outcome. 2-1 victory, perhaps towards Bristol City. So we'll have an interesting look to see how accurate AI is with that. I am improving the XG analyzer, but you've got to walk a tightrope with it, because one mistake in the prompting and the whole app disappears, along with the hard-earned formulas I've got in the back to sort out the averages. Well, no wonder it's 2-2 for Rennes. That's pushing towards scoring 2+ goals a game. When you're heading towards 1.5, I would round it up to 2. And this is their Achilles heel, isn't it? Giving sides enough rope to score 2+ goals. Enough chances to score those 2+ goals in Rennes matches against them. So Paris FC have been scoring, only failed to score in the last match. They will have a good shout at least a goal today, knocking on the door of 2 at a struggle, I would say. So that's the Achilles heel for Rennes. Defensive incapability. Can Paris FC score 2 goals? They can get at least 1 today. Can they get that second? Rennes can threaten 2 goals as well. And that aligns with Paris FC's expected goals in defence, doesn't it? Very equal. That suggests to me a strong chance that Rennes can get on the score sheet today, edging towards 2 goals. Well, the trouble for both Werder Bremen and Wolfsburg has been defensively, albeit a couple of 1-0 wins recently for Werder Bremen. Very, very much unlike Werder Bremen. They must have had a bang on the head. But you can see they are vulnerable away from home. When your expected goals in defence breaches 2, you're in a spot of bother. Similarly, Wolfsburg's expected goals in defence breaching 2 as well. Both of these sides vulnerable defensively, but both of these sides similarly handicapped in attack, limiting their chances to 1, maybe 2 at a push. That's shown up in those recent 1-0 wins for Werder Bremen. So whilst the defences are open and give sides a chance, our question this evening is whether the offence can take the invitation. I would expect at least a goal, but the 1-0-itis for Werder Bremen recently is throwing their patterns out of kilter. So could be one to lay the draw second half if it's 0-0, that kind of thing. And finally, Pisa and Cremonese. Can you see the Achilles heels here for both of these two sides? Both newly promoted, so they will be looking for arguably 3 points against teams they believe they can beat. But anything under 1 for expected goals in offence on average is a poor result. Anything under 1 expected goals in attack is a poor result. So these two are lacking in their XG in offence, which just suggests to me laying over 0.5 goals at the start of the match in the hope that this struggle to score even a single goal continues. I think it's 3 consecutive 0-0s at home, so laying over 0.5 goals at the start of the match is a good idea. Cremonese, for their part, are a little more vulnerable in defence. So can Pisa take advantage of that? Probably not. 0.93. So those are the main matches at the moment. Do join the YouTube channel at Football Trading Profits. Live stream, this is my Friday in Thailand for a while. I must have had a bang on the head myself, leaving 25-degree, lovely, cool wind, tropical beaches, Thai food, beautiful Thai women. Don't tell the wife. And everything else for Starmer's Britain. £5 for a sandwich. Rain, cold, misery, treachery, drudgery, EastEnders, omnibus. Oh boy. Whose idea was it to have Christmas in the winter? So look out for at Football Trading Profits logo. Been putting some tutorial videos. Normally I do them during an international break. So if you've got any topics you want covering, I can do that for members at least. So you've got to the angles, and we also have the live as well, and the shorts. So do join, because we've been providing you with some tutorials recently as well for free. And of course you get your daily dose of reviews and previews at Football Trading Profits. Well, we're still clinging on for dear life for 2025. Still got this 14-day offer open. It's a rather generous offer, and I've been providing the profits for members. Do take Fridays off and Mondays off. If you look at the coupon, they're a good choice, particularly Monday. November is an excellent time to start football trading. You've got 9, 10, 11 matches under your belts. You've got committed, provable form. You've got patterns emerging, and we can really exploit those. You've seen those draw patterns for like Celta Vigo, for example, been very, very exploitable, trading them around their 1-1 sequence. So, great time to join, November to April. Plenty of football on offer, plenty of readable football as well. That's how we make our money as traders. We avoid the unreadable and we focus on the readable. 2.55 the favourite, for example. Those are the matches to not necessarily avoid, but to at the very least take in play. There's very little you can do with 2.57 the favourite. if the market's given up the ghost, take the hint. I think from a tennis perspective, one of the major problems I have is I can't research tennis as in depth as I can research football, and therefore I'm at a loss knowledge-wise when I get involved. So I'm creating this tennis trading analytics app, which hopefully will dissect the players on today's surface overall, give you the strengths and weaknesses and recent news as well. So it looks pretty decent, doesn't it? I'll be running this through its paces. Why don't I just do it now? I'm just having a minor disagreement with AI at the moment. It's not picking up players. And this is when you're building apps, you get the odd bump in the road. So it needs to increase its availability of ATP and WTA players on the roster. But having a look here, I like what I see. We've got the concerns. So I've asked AI implicitly to report any recent retirements and any recent injury concerns, because they can be brought into the match and you might be unaware. The player might have kept it quiet but might have a niggling injury that may affect their performance on the particular day. Recent performance as well, I like that. I like the particular focus on a surface. It's all about surfaces, isn't it, tennis? So it's like home form for the home side, away form for the away side. You need to see overall form and you need to see form on today's surface, because they might actually love playing on hard, or like Nadal might just excel on clay, that kind of thing. Keys to the match: Yannick Sinner's physical condition, recent fatigue and mysterious pain reports. So if you're bringing that into a match, it's well worth our knowing this, in case we can get a short odds lay of Yannick Sinner, perhaps after winning the first set. High pressure situations, Sinner has historically demonstrated superior clutch statistics. So that might be a good trading angle for you. Return game, and let's see whether AI has solved its problem. So AI has improved its finding capability, but it's failed to find the API. So I'm going to leave this one. It still needs development. As you can see, it's an excellent tool. Once it's up and running, it could tempt me in to the tennis. I'm developing a staking plan app as well, modelled on the staking machine. This will be for our bet and go football strategies. There's plenty of them now. I'm building up a nice database of potential bet and go ideas, which I'll be sharing with members once we've got enough data and we can analyze via AI and AI agents. So this could be an exciting addition to FootballTradingProfits.com, particularly from a bet and go perspective. It's not all about level stakes. You find the staking plan to suit the selections. Here's another app I've been building. This is a more comprehensive look at a match rather than the other app I got, which just will spill out a very decent match summary. This goes absolutely in depth. Let's have a look at Werder Bremen and the Wolf today. Predicted score. We will see whether that comes to fruition. We've had a couple of 1-0 wins for Werder Bremen of late. Key narratives I like. Excellent idea. Injuries, battles, managerial philosophies. The full analysis is even deeper. I've asked it to look at competitions and two-legged ties, whether there's a pre or post European club competition. Very important. League position, head-to-heads, vitally important as well. And key absentees. This is where this comes into its own. I like the absence report. If it's accurate, which I'm assuming it is, it's a very good look at the strengths or weaknesses of a particular team at this current moment. So we really should get AI working for us, shouldn't we? That's my goal for 2026. Well, have a great Friday. It's my day off. My last Friday in Thailand, so I'm going to get out on the bike and look at the sea for the last time. Have a great day. I might see members on Telegram later on, but it is my